Girls just wanna have fun. Girls just wanna have hey. Hey. Girls just wanna have fun. Girls just wanna have hey. Hey. Girls just wanna have fun. Fun. Girls just wanna have fun. Girls just wanna have hey. Hey. Girls just wanna have fun. Fun. Girls just wanna have fun.
Hello from the UK, London specifically. I arrived yesterday in the late afternoon around 3, and I was so exhausted because of course it was a red-eye flight, and of course I didn't sleep. I got probably, maybe if I'm lucky, like an hour spread out in 10-minute gaps. But I'm in like such a lovely place, and maybe like a little bit far out. I don't know. I'm gonna find out. But I chose it on purpose because it's like super quiet. I'm in an Airbnb and just really having a nice time. So last night, my jet lag was like kind of weird. I'm feeling pretty good right now. We'll see how I feel in the afternoon. But like I got in, I went out, got a few groceries, and then had some falafel and had major communication breakdown. I don't know. It was like the British accent with a little bit of like a Greek accent with my accent, and neither of us were understanding each other without repeating ourselves 5 times. And he made fun of me, and he deserved to because I was so nervous, and I don't know what that was. I think it was because I was operating as a technically drunk person. I was so tired. So that was an experience, but it was really good. And it's just down the street. So I'll probably be there again today or tomorrow, depending on how it goes. And the groceries are so cheap here. I got so much stuff and it was only like $7, and I was like, pretty sure I can only buy, if I'm lucky, 2 things for $7, and I had like 10. So that's amazing. Then I took a shower, which was so nice, and then went to bed and woke up. I went to bed around like 6:45, and then I woke up at 10:45, almost 11, and mostly because I was hot. And then stayed up, had a good time watching the Simone Biles documentary. I painted a little bit in my paint book and watched some more TV and just had like a really nice, relaxing time. And then went back to sleep around 1, woke up about 5:45, and I've been having a wonderful time in my space getting ready. It is so lovely to be in this like little studio apartment and just really feel like I can live here. So I want to give you like a little tour. I got to move it's a small room, so I got to move backwards. Okay, so it has this nice little entrance. And then there is a cookstop. I don't think I'm really going to use that. And then I've kind of used it as a landing table, microwave, refrigerator. Of course, I've already got the carbonated water as the occupant of that. Just some like random cooking things. I love this IKEA installation because I always want that. And then this cute little kitchenette. And then there's a dining area, which I'm loving. And I actually took this mirror and I put it right there, and it was like the perfect getting ready spot. And I did my hair, and the extension cord worked and everything, so that was a total win. And then there's these IKEA cabinets. just some dishware, which is so nice to have like real dishware. You know, I got the takeout and I got to eat it on real plates. And I've got my clothes all hung up, thankfully, because they're really wrinkly. And then it comes with a little TV that you can log into Netflix. So I did that last night and it was so great. And then they have a blow dryer in there that I'm definitely going to use tomorrow, and then some extension cords. There's a whole bunch of maps in there I haven't had a chance to look at yet, and like a little mini puzzle. And then this really adorable bed. That's my rumple blanket that I love. And this rocking chair, which has been great for holding all my stuff. And then you've got this really cute window that I finally gave it an open last night. I feel kind of weird about sleeping with windows open, but I did it. And then look at this cute little garden. And I think it's our downstairs neighbor. This is their garden. And they had a cute little dog. I did have a couple of awkward moments interacting with people through the window. I was like, you can see every single thing I'm doing, but I'm not going to close the window because like the drapes are really quite heavy. And so if I close them, then I have no airflow. But this opening this window last night made all the difference. Like I said, I just always feel a little frightened to sleep with a window open. I mean, I want to, but I am of the generation. Distinctly remember when I was like 9 or 10, there was a child who got abducted and was like big on the news, and it was because her window was open, and I think that has traumatized me to this day. But I did it, and I was much more comfortable, and I was able to sleep a lot better. And it's totally fine because I am on the second floor, and I made it small enough that I would hear a person trying to get through. But yeah, so I'm loving this. So what I'm trying to wear today, it's so weird that this is like the real thing that's happening because I've been preparing for this trip for so long. So I'm going to the Warner Brothers Harry Potter World set tour today, and I wanted to look really Ravenclaw. And I'm not sure I did like a total job. It's definitely like chill vibes to go do the Harry Potter thing. So that's the plan today. I'm about to leave the house and go catch a train to Waddington. I probably said that wrong. I'm going to go catch a train to the station, and then there's supposed to be like a big Harry Potter bus that your ticket like lets you on, and then it takes you like fully out there. My tickets are for 10:30, and then people say at least 3 hours. I tend to be very slow in museums, so I'm anticipating it'll probably be longer. I don't have anything planned for afterwards because I wasn't sure how devastatedly tired I might be. Like I said, right now I'm fine, but ask me again like at 12. And if I'm feeling up for like social, I might meet up with Phil, who traveled here with me. We're on different trips, but we were on the same plane. And we might eat up for dinner or something like that. But no guarantees. And I'm just going to live my best life. And I just have to say, the last time I went on a trip, I was with like 40-something middle schoolers in like a big tour group where there was like over 50 of us. It has been so wonderful. One, I did not have to check cell phones and stay up. I got to go to bed when I wanted to. That was great. And it's just me, and I make my own decisions. I made up when I wanted to get up. I had my own cup of tea. I have done all the things. Nothing that makes you appreciate being a solo traveler like traveling in a ginormous group. And given the choice between the two, yes, I love the social aspect of traveling with a group. That's super fun. But this trip, I think, is the best because I'm traveling by myself and I get to do all my own decisions. But I also have friends that I'm meeting up with. I've got Phil, I'm meeting up with my friend Morgan, and then, of course, my family when I go to Germany. So I think this is the best way to travel. If you haven't traveled solo, highly recommend it. I cannot express the beautiful freedom of doing whatever you please without consulting anyone. It's fabulous. All right, I'm so excited. Let's get our Harry Potter Ravenclaw nerddom on and head to the Warner Brothers here.
One at a time, please. One
so small. They said they had to curl up later when they were older. Look how tiny they are. They're so small.
Very nicely done. Quite helpful for you as well.
It's pretty amazing here, but I'm a little overwhelmed by the crowds and the amount of things that you have to do. But I mean, all of it's just incredible. As a theater person, it's pretty affirming, like how cool people's creative endeavors can take them. So. I'm loving all the activities you can do. I got to watch lots of different demonstrations, and I'm about to fold a hippogriff. So many people! So many people! I've reached the halfway point and I'm now going to probably buy lunch. I was going to pack lunch, but I had such a scattered way of getting here. I didn't have time to get it. So I guess this is going to be my meal out for the day. So I'm hoping that the butterbeer doesn't have caffeine. That butterbeer was gross. later. Traveling and vlogging is really hard. Everybody makes it seem so easy on YouTube, and go them. I'm working on it. I also am traveling by myself, and I feel like that adds like a whole nother layer. Anyway, so I'd like to talk just real quick to kind of like sum up my thoughts on Harry Potter World, the Harry Potter Warner Brothers tour. So, getting there, pretty easy, unless you're me and you literally walk like 20 minutes the wrong direction and can't find your tube station, and then are freaking out, and then can't, are like terrified you're gonna miss your call time, and then you just give up because you're so far away from where you need to be that you just call a cab and you spend like $70 getting that cab to the place where you can take the charter bus. Don't recommend. That was my first travel day. I don't know what happened. I'm usually very good about navigating the city, but I just like went the wrong direction for an absurd amount of time. And I kind of have come to the conclusion, because I was following a map. I was using City Mapper for the first time. I kind of think it was just like tracking me, and that the GPS wasn't working at the moment, because I have had some issues with connectivity. So I think I was just like following myself, thinking I'm following, I don't even know. I've never done that. It was so stupid. I literally walked like 2 towns over. and then when I finally took the correct, public transit back home, it's literally like 6 minutes from my house. How did I do that? It was a mess. And so I started off the morning kind of stressed out, and irritated that I'd spend a whole bunch of extra money that I absolutely did not have nor want to spend. But you get on a little charter bus and you head over to, the actual studio, and they play a little video, and Draco Malfoy talks, and he's so cute, right? Like, I love how he's just like the ambassador of that series, and how charming and excited he always is to talk about it. I just think that's so endearing. He's fun to follow on TikTok. And then the entryway, and like you go into this like cinema, and then all of a sudden you're watching like a little film behind the scenes. Oh, it's so cool. And then the screen lifted up, and that was like some true movie magic. I do think that was really fun. And then you were at the entrance to Hogwarts, and then they called up kids who had birthdays, and like half the kids probably did not have a birthday. They were just like, oh, I get to go touch the door, whatever. And then they open the door, and then you're in the grand hall, and that was so fun. So they put you on a time tour, so you're with, I don't know, maybe like 50 or 60 people through that part. And then once you get through that area, you get open, carte blanche to like walk wherever you want. When it was in its controlled amount of people, I felt it was very doable. By the time I got into like the main area, this is August on a Friday. Not ideal. I knew that going in. It was the only day I could make work. I just thought it was so crowded. I don't really, I mean, I do crowds, but I don't do kind of like rude, frankly, crowds. Like, everybody walks too slow and takes way too many pictures. Like, everybody's in line for something to take a photo. Get in, do your thing, quick, strike a pose, leave. A little bit of time. But there are some people, many of them, unfortunately, who would like get in front of the item that everybody wants to see and literally try and spend like 6 to 7 minutes, like, taking, and like not even actively taking photos. That's what was driving me nuts. I'm like, why are you just like, are you posting it at the moment? Like, take it and go post it somewhere else. I really think that's what was happening. I think they were taking it and then like editing it and then posting it, and they didn't seem to mind a bit that there was like literally 30 people behind them like trying to wait patiently without saying something rude. I said a lot of rude things in my head. I did not out loud, thankfully, but so like, I don't know. I thought it was very cool to see. I bought the audio guide. Do I recommend that? Probably yes. I'm like a huge fan of audio guides, but also no. I would say yes, get the audio guide if you're not going during like crazy peak tourist time, because I found I couldn't keep up with the audio guide in a lot of ways, because I'd be listening to it and I'd be being jostled around by like a million people, and I would get irritated, and then I'd leave the area, and then it was like, okay, well, let me click on the next one. And I didn't like, I probably could have like slowed myself down. Again, I'm traveling by myself. I do think it would be a much more fun experience with another person. And I knew that going in, because then you can have somebody to riff off of and to like take photos. So I mean, let's be real, like traveling solo is amazing, but sometimes there's certain experiences that are just done better with other people. And I think this is definitely one of them. I'm a huge fan, so I enjoyed like reading stuff and listening, but I felt like I couldn't like properly like fully introvert and go into like tourist like solo traveler mode because there's so many people that you like literally couldn't find a place to stand and just like enjoy the thing. I felt like I was being really rude if I stood and because it's like a little screen and you can watch videos. I felt so rude just like standing stationary watching a video. So I just took the headset off and I put it in my bag and I was like, c'est la vie, maybe I'll watch it when I eat food. That was a good plan, except for then I didn't think about it and I like turned it in and then sat down and ate and I was like, wait, I was gonna so once you get to the halfway point, there is a restaurant, and I had seen on some YouTube videos that there's like a quick line to get butterbeer and then you can like order food. And I had planned on packing a meal, but because of my chaos, I planned on buying that meal at the train station and then I ended up not taking a train. So then I was like, guess I'm gonna buy food. But then I changed my mind, even though I was very hungry, because the waiting line was like insane. Again, there was like so many people. I'm talking like 4 wide at every spot. And so I was like, whatever, I'll just wait until I get out. It can't be that further. And so I got in the butterbeer line super fast. That was really fast. And then butterbeer was gross. Sorry. I know it seems like sacrilegious to say that, but I'm gonna be real. I thought it was like sticking your mouth underneath the Starbucks syrup and just like swallowing it. It was gross. I do not recommend. The outdoor stuff, I don't know. I think I just like, it was my second day. I was feeling in England, I was feeling pretty jet lagged. So overall, super cool to ever see everything. My favorite part was the Forbidden Forest. I thought that was like really fun and super cool. And also, I don't know how I lucked out, but there like wasn't very many people in that area when I went in there. So that was fabulous. Probably one of the reasons I enjoyed it because I like truly took my time and the special effects and everything were super cool. Then after that, I ate a like really nice salad outside and got back on the bus. Found out it's super easy to get to my house from the bus if you are not stupid and like walk past it for 3 towns. And it was really fun because you could like go around with this passport and with these like stamps, which I thought I was gonna like, I mostly got them because I'm doing kind of like a found item journal. So I thought, oh, I'll use them for that. But like, if you're not gonna like plan on keeping it and it's super busy, it might not really be worth it because you had to stand in line a lot to do that as well. So overall, fun. Kind of wish I had a different outfit, but then in the end, it didn't. I like spent a lot of time like trying to make like a Ravenclaw inspired outfit. But since I didn't have someone to take photos of me, all you could see was like this part right here, in my like selfies. So in the end, it was not really worth it. But I would love to go with someone wearing a full outfit. Oh, and then they have this ginormous gift shop. That actually was so big. I was like, I'm gonna go eat lunch and come back because I was like hangry at that point. And it was really fun to walk around, but I always think Harry Potter merchandise is like way too expensive. I would rather like support an independent artist on Etsy with that amount of money than to buy something licensed. So I enjoyed looking around. I almost bought this raven that had like a little Ravenclaw thing to put on my shelf at my studio, but I mean my studio. I used to own a studio at my school. But then it was like almost $50 American, and I was like, Brooke, what are you doing? So I put that back. I was like, if I want to get a raven, I'm sure I can find that cheaper, and I can crochet a Ravenclaw scarf. But I do have to say, I was like truly shocked by the amount of merchandise that some people were coming out. And maybe I was being a little judgy, but shocked. Like, where's this liquid income coming from? I saw people leaving with like, no joke, like 4 or 5 bags of items, and like the expensive ones, like the wands and the personalized, like Quidditch wear and random stuff. Cause like I said, things were not cheap. Like stuff that seemed like it was like, like a keychain or whatever would be at least like $10 to $20. So even, and if these bags were big, like really humongous, so it was like a giant item in there. Also, I was like, obviously they are not doing carry-on only because I'm like really concerned. My carry-on's already too tight. Anyway, now this is 10 minutes. So hopefully I can edit this into something. All right.